Oh wow. Yeah. Many people have said DJ Khaled album is, yeah, that's it. But it is not. It's not a trash album. Let me tell you something about how the music business works. Okay, the music business is set up in a way where you think just because you have a hot song or a couple of hot people on the song that the song just gonna pop. Some people just don't mesh well, or the music or the production is off. Something just isn't right about the song. And a problem like these DJ compilation albums, unless you have the artist that's fully developed on making this album hot or making your song great, it's not gonna come off well. You see, this is a rarity to have a bunch of artists on an album and it pop off. Like he did when he did the We Global, that album, the We Taking Our Lives, when we go on, we go on, when we go on. See, when you have something like those, when he seemed to have his touch on what he was doing at the time. Then it comes Major Key, with he had his best album I think to date. When Major Key dropped, there was no doubt it was like that's just the best. That's an anomaly that you can have that many artists on that record and it just worked. This album, I mean, he went from that to Grateful, and Grateful was like, ugh, just you could see and tell the absence on that album. And ever since then, here he comes again with Father of Asahd. Now, what is happening on this album, and you can tell, is people were just turning in verses who were either not as hot at the time or preoccupied. And this is kind of like what happened with Grateful. And Grateful, when people were in the mood and in the studio laying the tracks, somebody else had to send in vocals. And this is what happened when people just doing that. Just look, I'm gonna send you the vocals, and you go ahead and do what you gotta do. And it's not meshing up. Things are just not complete. It's people on the same records with certain people that shouldn't be, and it's just not the same. And a lot of the music choices and selections that they decide to cover was like weird. Like the song with him and SZA, that kind of just took my head back. Like, uh. First off, this should have probably been 12 tracks instead of 15. Okay, you got about 30 people on the album. And thank God Drake just said, nah, I'm done with this. And you looking at people like Akon, T.I., Rick Ross, Fat Joe, Birdman, remember that lineup that they had? Now you got people in here that really shouldn't be on the album. I'm like, who is who is some of these people that are on these albums? It's like he's trying to touch every music genre. It's like we gotta get our Buju Bantans. We gotta get all these people and put them on records. We need we need to be clear. See what I'm saying? On songs like You Stay and Jealous. Yeah, well, Like the Meek Mill verse with Little Baby, that just didn't work. Oh my God. And you talk about something that didn't work, that was one that didn't work. You know, it's just not effective. Cardi B and 21 Savages, that Wish Wish, when they got the Take Keith beat, and when you hear it, you just say, oh, that's the Take Keith beat. Nothing unique about it. See what I'm saying? My favorite song on the album is actually Higher with John Legend and Nipsey. I like that song. That flowed together. John Legend flowed together with Nipsey Hussle because they probably spent time working on the record. Now, what's that? Rihanna Wild Thoughts. You know, I mean, that's all right. It's a decent one. It fits the album, but the song with SZA doing the Miss Jackson and the Freaking You. What was that? Just Us. I'm sorry. Freaking You had Lil Wayne and Gunna on it, and that was too much. But I did not like the Miss Jackson remake because all I hear is Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson gets play all the time. That's just something you don't take right now. That's something you take years down the road because nobody's gonna hear anything. But I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I ain't for real. Everybody remembers that. You see what I'm saying? You just not gonna. You just not gonna get anybody else's attention away from that point. It's just not gonna happen. People are just gonna remember one thing. And that one thing they're gonna remember is the Miss Jackson song. So they're not even gonna hear Just Us. The Bujo Banton song Holy Ground, which is just Lauren Hills to Zion, just remade all over again. So it's a cynical play at a a throwback, but it just that fails to me. And it's just like he's struggling to trying to find hit records that matter and fit them all together. Some people probably thought, man, this probably worked. It just like, man, these guys working together. It's a hot record. It might be a hot record that just don't fit an album. If you listen to this, it sounds like a collaboration of singles that just don't mesh well together. Some of the songs on this album just shouldn't be with other songs that's on this album. It's like, man, that's way off. I like pizza and ice cream. I don't want them together. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that he kind of missed the mark with this album. I give it, if I had to rate the album, I'm going to give it 2 stars out of 4. 2.5, actually. 2.5 stars out of 4. It's listenable, but you're not going to remember that album in about a week. He already done talking about Khaled's album. That's why he's arguing about bundles. People who argue about bundles do that because they know the album ain't crap. So they gotta have something to be mad about. Why not a bundle? Because that's all that album was. A big bundle of a waste of time. So definitely click the link in the description box, hit the Streamlab up and make a donation to the page, or hit us up on the Streamlab Your boy Carcino. I'm out.